It's another edition of Time About the Movies. It's April 13th, 1990. We got 3 movies to look at today. None of them really have a lasting impact, but I did see one of these 3 movies. I haven't seen the other 2, so this should be a quick episode today. So let's go ahead and get to that one movie that I have seen, and that is Dudley Moore and Daryl Hannah in the comedy Crazy People.
I haven't moved in 10 minutes.
Advertising executive Emery Leeson was stressed out.
Hey, I'm on the phone.
Hey, do you mind? People who use car phones annoy other drivers.
Fed up and boiling over.
Let's face it, Steve, you and I lie for a living, and it's not easy for me to digest that.
Until he hit upon a brilliant advertising strategy. The truth.
Paramount Pictures presents The Freak. This movie won't just scare you, it will fuck you up for life.
Jaguar, for men who'd like hand jobs from beautiful women they hardly know.
Let's not lie, Steve.
Let's level with America. We can't level, you crazy asshole. We're in advertising.
So his company rewarded him by putting him in a mental facility.
Hello, I'm William Holden. Hi, I'm Kathy. Hold me. Please hold me.
Oh, well, I am holding you.
Oh, I know it's a female thing. We say it a few times.
Oh.
We're maniacs! Ask around.
But now the public is hooked on the honest sell.
This honesty, it's a terrific concept. We don't know much about it. I want to get you on it.
And Emery can barely keep up with the demand. Until he gets a little help
I'm quite visibly moved.
from some people who can barely keep up with reality.
We know you love him, but if he happens to die, we give you 2 Mercedes and a summer home. Wouldn't that be nice, too? John Hancock.
Crazy People.
Now, this is one of those movies that has a clever concept, a funny satirical potential there, and it just really doesn't deliver. I mean, the movie isn't terrible, but it's one of those movies where the premise is a good premise, a good concept, but the execution just doesn't work out. Like, the movie can't decide what direction it wants to go into. Dudley Moore, outside of the Arthur movies and Ted in the late 80s and 90s, really had a hard time finding the same success that he had with Arthur and Ted. But yeah, this is one of those movies where he tried to keep up, and it just didn't work out. The movie isn't terrible. It has some moments that are legitimately funny. The advertisements they have here are very funny, but the whole thing with the insane asylum and all these characters he meets in there, the concept just doesn't work out as well as it could have been. I feel like there was a lot more potential in this movie than there could have been, with a better writer, a better script. But like I said, it's not a terrible movie, but it's a movie that I'm glad I saw, because I finally saw the trailer years ago, and I finally got to see the movie not too long ago. But I do wish it would have built up more with my expectations with the film. I thought there was a lot more that could have been done with it. But as it is just kind of a mediocre movie, instantly forgettable. Crazy People, kind of a disappointment, but not one of the worst comedies I've ever seen. So, on to the next movie, and that is the sequel, The Gods Must Be Crazy Too.
To create a land as beautiful as Africa, the gods must be inspired. To make animals as wondrous as these, the gods must be thanked. But to bring people like them...
I told you I can't fly! What?
...to a place like this, the gods must be crazy. Out of Africa comes a motion picture of unequaled scope and unbelievable chaos. It's a story of high adventure and intimate drama.
Turn your back. Stop.
It's an epic tale of war. Hey, you mustn't do that. A perilous journey of survival. and a ruthless battle against nature that will touch you in places you've never been touched before.
Oh, it's your way of greeting. Oh, we do it this way.
Yo.
The gods must be crazy, too.
To be honest, I never even saw The Gods Must Be Crazy 1, but, from what I've seen from this trailer and the trailer for the first movie, this is a screwball comedy franchise set in Africa. I think it's Africa. Let me double check here just to make sure. Co-production of South Africa. Okay, so I am getting it right. But, I've seen the trailers. I haven't seen the movie before. I mean, it looks silly. It looks fun. It doesn't look like it's too bad. It doesn't look like it's that bad of a movie. I mean, the first movie had to have been something. If the first movie was a success, that they made a second one. But, yeah. I really don't have a whole lot on this movie. I haven't seen either one of these two movies, but apparently they worked. Apparently the first movie at least worked because they made a sequel, and the sequel does look at least fun. I mean, these movies do look at least fun. I do remember actually knowing these movies existed because I saw a double feature set on DVD when this came out. I think it came out like mid-2000s, 2004, I think, when Sony had the double feature set. If I can find it cheap somewhere at a good price, maybe I'll definitely check these movies out. I have my curiosity about it. I keep hearing I've never heard too many different things about this movie, but could be worth something. So that's my instant first thoughts on The Gods Must Be Crazy 2. I haven't seen it, so I can't really go deep into that. Nor have I seen our last movie, and that is the drama Vital Signs.
What time is it? 6:30?
List of 30 emergency drugs. Know them by Friday. When's Friday? In about 8 hours.
Ladies and gentlemen, the surgery rotation that I know you've all been waiting for.
What about you, Jeff? You want to be a doctor like your old man?
Sir, when I was 6, I actually thought that'd become one of the temptations.
You don't pursue it then?
Positions filled. There aren't a lot of women surgeons. Surgery takes a lot of dedication.
It takes a surgeon Messiah thing a little too far. I mean, sex is good, but I don't think it's worth it. It's worth it.
Figure there's 5 guys seriously in contention for the internship.
Kenny, I've known you since you were 12. You've gotten everything you've wanted, including me.
Well, you were easy. You slept with Suzanne?
It was really good. But it wasn't great.
How about for Suzanne?
See, for Suzanne, I think it was unbelievable.
It was okay. How was it for Hayes? He thought it was incredible.
Freddie is a killer. He's a dean of 3rd year.
Dr. Weiler, I thought you'd perform the honors. At least you had the decency to wind up on the floor.
For each of them, there are signs of friendship.
What is your type? You know, the kind of guy you meet, sleep with immediately, carry on a horrible relationship with for 2 or 3 months, then break up with and never speak to again.
Signs of change.
You knew that this would be hard.
You knew you'd have to work. Didn't know you'd have to resent me.
I don't like to lose. Kenny may have fired the first shot, but I'm going to win this war.
All right, young people. Now, the tension is so thick in here that I don't know whether to cut it or the patient.
Signs of life. Vital signs.
So this is kind of like, I mean, it kind of feels like a young ER kind of, like there's a young ER meets the Big Chill kind of. You follow this ensemble group of people. Most of the people are very young, talented actors. Adrian Pasdar, Diane Lane, Laura San Giacomo, Jane Addams, William Devane, Jimmy Smits, Bradley Whitford, Wallace Langham. Good cast to it. I mean, it has a really good cast, but most of them in their early roles. And this director, Marissa Silver, made He Said, She Said that came out the year later. And actually made a movie that I was really curious about. I never got to see it before. It was called Permanent Record. And it's a movie about this high school teenager, the most popular kid in school. He ends up committing suicide. Everyone's trying to figure out why. And I feel like I like more of this director's work than I even let myself think about it. Because, like, she makes these movies that are very interesting, very different, very unusual, outside the norm. Even though this movie in particular looks kind of generic. Like I said, it's like a mix of a like a youngish ER meets The Big Chill. Like, you have this kind of dramedy aspect going on around here. I mean, not to say it's not going to be bad or it's not to say it's going to be bad or anything, I should say. It looks like it's gotten some decent reviews. It looks like it's a movie that I'd probably enjoy. Maybe maybe if I can find it on some type of format. I don't even know if it's out on DVD or anything, or Blu-ray. But if I can, I might definitely check it out. It's a movie that has my interest a little bit. Not expecting too much from it, but if I can find it, I'll definitely check it out. So that's my thoughts on Vital Signs just from that trailer. And with that said, that's going to wrap up another edition of Time About the Movies. Next time around, we'll be in the middle of April with 6 movies to look at, including Miami Blues, Lisa, Martians Go Home, Why Me, Monsieur Hire, and Chattahoochee. 6 movies that, to be honest with you, I've never heard of before, except maybe Miami Blues. I think I know what that is, but I need to do a little more research on that one. But most of these movies I've never heard of. We'll definitely take a look at them the next time around, and I'll give my quick thoughts on them just by the trailers, but nothing that's really coming off the top of my head that I can instantly talk about right away, but we'll see what happens in tomorrow's episode. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, check out the playlist on the next page, check out the previous episode, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for another video. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and until then, take care.